I'm so curious to find out how do you tend to describe the music that you make? What genre do you feel like you fall into? Whether I know people describe you often as pop rock, sort of indie though.
Yeah, I mean it's that's a tricky one because I don't really know because I one time or a few times actually I played a folk a bunch of folk things and I don't think I'm folk because I was the only one there with ridiculous distorted guitars and I was definitely the odd one out. But I somehow fall into that category a tiny bit sometimes. But I think I'm more pop rock, indie, that sort of thing. Sometimes people say Americana, but I don't know. I don't actually
Aus-
know, to be
I was
honest.
about to say, as an Australian, I don't know if you fit into Americana, but at the same time, it's
No.
so,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I fit, but yeah, it's kind of anyone's guess. My newer stuff that's coming though, that's definitely more pop.
well, I'm curious, who are some of the artists that influenced you when you were growing up?
Definitely Tommy Emmanuel for his crazy guitar skills. Guys like John Butler, from the John Butler Trio. And then there's people like I loved Mariah Carey's voice. Some of like her early stuff, her voice was insane for the first like two or three albums that she did. I really love those. And then I listened to a lot of jazz and classical music from when I was very young. My mom really likes classical music, and so does my dad actually. So I had lots of like a very, very broad spectrum of stuff I listened to. And then there was things like Incubus and Red Hot Chili Peppers and you know so it was like pretty much all the extremes of everything, really.
You have some wonderful new music out. Your album, Stuck With You, has these beautiful 12 tracks to it. And I love Leconville. Leconfield, is that how you pronounce it?
I like and feel.
That's one of my favorites. I love certainly so many, obviously, like Me and You is absolutely beautiful. What is your process for writing songs? Do you need to have music before you can craft a lyric around it, or does it change every time?
Well, thank you, by the way. I it kind of changes every time. I don't really have a set in stone, this is how I write. It kind of sometimes I come up with a guitar thing and then I build a song around the guitar idea, and sometimes I come up with a lyric line and then I build the song around the lyric line. Or even if it's just like a melody, it kind of starts from all different points, but then it just builds from that outwards sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Then how much of a say do you have on the production end of the music that you make?
Oh, like, yeah. So, yeah, for this particular album, it was recorded at Abbey Road in London. And so that was very, very cool and a privilege, I think, to be able to record in such a beautiful space with so much history. But it also meant that I only had 2 days to do the whole album. And so I ended up playing the guitar part from start to finish. I did a whole day of recording guitar, and then the second day was all the vocal parts, so I kind of sang from start to finish. And I think the guitar tracks the guitar parts for each of the tracks I only did some of them I only did once, some of them I did twice, and then I just kind of if I missed like one note or something I just like pieced that bit in instead. And that was kind of how I did that. And then the vocal parts I think I did 3 times, and so it was kind of very raw for this album. And then I mixed and mastered it here in the bus in Australia. So I was able to add in a few backing vocals and stuff. And I, yeah, mixing. I've got some speakers set up in the back there, and it's very. I got some very good software plugins and all the rest of it. And I love mixing. So I was kind of just I wanted to keep it pretty raw sounding, but also edging a little bit towards the more poppy feel. Not, not being too folky and rootsy, that sort of thing. I wanted to be a little bit more poppy because I knew that like this next bunch of stuff that I'm working on now is quite different because I'm actually recording the whole thing and mixing and mastering it all here in the bus. So it's going to be pretty different, but I wanted to edge towards this sort of vibe. So yeah, that's what I tried to achieve with that album.
Well, the title track stuck with you. It's just so beautiful. And the video features your actual wedding day footage and the beautiful memories you made. Why was that so important for you to include?
I I think because it's well the song itself I wrote because Courtney and I met right before COVID happened in Australia, and we ended out, it was lockdown time, and we were kind of like, well, do we lock down separate or do we lock down together? And obviously we locked down together. And then, uh, yeah, about a year later, I was going to propose to Courtney, and she beat me to it. And I was going to use this song, Stuck With You, to kind of propose to her. And it's called Stuck With You because of the lockdown and all that sort of stuff. And so because Courtney beat me to the actual proposal thing, I not that it matters because I still got what I wanted anyway. But I I I wanted to kind of turn that song into another way to celebrate our love and our relationship. And I figured the next big moment is our wedding day. So I just wanted to kind of celebrate that. And it was important our families are important to us as well. So to have everybody there, and a lot of our friends and family that we love were a part of our wedding. And so they're in the music video. And yeah, it's kind of celebrating all of that.
I'm sure that one is a personal favorite track for you. Have fans been reaching out to you and telling you how they relate to it, or maybe some of the other songs like Sand Dancing, or Waiting are their personal favorites?
Yeah, I've had actually since the vinyl came out, I I've had so many people from all over the world sending me photos of them standing there with their vinyl or their dog on the couch with the vinyl that they've got. And I I was kind of shocked at how much people really just love and appreciate my music. I wasn't expecting that, and it's really really lovely. And I think a lot of people too have kind of said the one thing that we get a lot of messages saying is it's really nice to see people who just clearly love each other. And I guess that's why I wanted to be so real and have actual wedding footage in there, because I'm not a good liar at all. I'm terrible. I can't, like, there's no point in me lying because you'll know. And so I think I'm I'm just always me, and I'm always honest and I'm always authentic, and I try to I don't really know how else to kind of be online other than just myself. So I guess in sharing such a beautiful moment with people, I hope and I think it has actually become this way, that people are just actually like inspired by that. And I think it's nice to share love, and it's nice to share the good parts of being human. I think that's important.
I think that's what people will take away from listening to the album Stuck With You as a whole, too, that, love is love and that there's romance still in the world, that there's love here as long as you look for it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's important to say that stuff because I don't think it gets said enough.
You have some live performances coming up here. You've just finished some in May. Are you playing the new album already?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've actually been playing some of those songs for a few years now. Some of them on that album of I wrote about 5 years ago. So I've been playing them a long time. And some of them are much more new, but I've kind of picked songs that have been around like from the start of when I started doing like the Majelen project in 2018, and all the way up until like when it was recorded. So in May, what was that? 20 a couple of years ago. It was recorded actually. So yeah, I've picked songs from like that whole time period.
All right, you have this album out now. Are you back working on new music already?
I definitely am. I have a new single actually that I was working on yesterday. I just have to record the guitar solo and then that one is pretty much done once I master it. And I'm very, very excited for that one. It's called Ride, and we filmed the music video already, and it was very funny. And my that was a family of situation as well. My auntie and uncle were involved with that one, and they may have been slightly illegal in some ways while they were filming out the back of a car, but it worked out great. So, yeah, there might be some interesting like behind the scenes footage that I can share later too. But yeah, I'm excited for the new stuff. It's pretty fun.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music you keep making, Majelen?
Oh, I guess just thank you because I am I'm very, very grateful for the growing fan base that we've got, and I'm really grateful for all the lovely messages everybody sends, and every, so many people are so encouraging and supportive, and I guess that's the one amazing thing about social media. There's people all over the world in countries I've never been to that are reaching out and saying like your music has helped me in XYZ way, and I can't wait for you to come over and play and all that sort of thing. And I'm just really grateful, and I hope to head over and see everybody on tour very soon.